Hi guys, welcome back. Today I will show you the most important Bitcoin chart that we need to watch right now, because this chart is ruling Bitcoin's price action. I will show you exactly what this means and so much more content that I have prepared for you if I would not have your problems again with the stupid screen here. So let me show you so much more content that we're gonna go over here in a moment, so don't miss out on that. And you know the drill, guys. Let's go. Thank you guys for tuning in here on this first day. Let me just move the camera a little bit. So there we go. That is way better. So you see way more from me than before. So really short stream here today, really quick update. So let me run through you what I have found here for today's live stream. On the 30 minutes chart, first of all, what we need to point out is that we have now a clear trading range that Bitcoin is stuck in since last Friday. So we're here almost a whole week trading between 109,500 to $116,000 approximately. So here you see we are bouncing over the whole course of the week. We did bounce up and down here in that trading range, and right now Bitcoin is struggling to move above the mid-range of our trading range that is currently sitting here at $112,750. So this is one of the most important levels that Bitcoin needs in the short term to reclaim, to get here a further upwards momentum in direction of the top of the range to $116,000. Now, how can we determine if Bitcoin will break here out of that range and will keep going higher or actually lower? So that is something that we can do easily by watching the 4-hourly high here, the highest high on the 4-hourly chart and the lowest low on the 4-hourly chart. So either when we break the highest high point here based on the 4-hourly candle, we're gonna get continuation to the upside. If we break here the bottom on the 4-hourly low, then we're gonna get continuation to the downside. So, but I'm gonna show you why I believe that we are actually going to the upside. So, and that's really, really simple and easy to determine right now when we're just looking here at the actual 4-hourly chart and see that we have here a clear bullish divergence playing out, where you see here the regular bullish divergence over here, where price declines, goes to the downside, but the RSI is going to the upside. So this is what we are seeing here right now. Bitcoin tried just a couple minutes ago to break out of the downward sloping trend line here, which is at the same time part of this falling wedge pattern. So, and I have to admit, we just opened that candle when I saw that we are pumping out of it. And if you know already here a little bit my understanding of how I trade chart patterns or for hourly closes, I always wait 10-15 minutes approximately into a new 1-hourly or 4-hourly or even a daily candle before I would take a trade personally. So here the same thing, we basically moved it to the upside to the top of the current 4-hourly candle, $112,000 in the first 15 minutes, retraced that now all the way to the bottom from where we started, and now we are, it looks like it, that we're going back here to the upside. So, but I need the current 4-hourly candle here to close above $12,000 to keep that bullish momentum going that we are potentially seeing here, the bullish divergence playing out on this 4-hourly chart. So if we're losing here the RSI at around 39% and we break below that, the bullish divergence is invalidated, and we should get ready to revisit here one more time $110,000 in the imminent short term. On the 1-hourly time frame, we have reclaimed the $111,000 level, which is another support level that I'm currently massively watching. And at the same time, I don't want you guys to forget that we have here this overall W pattern that is shaping up with a price target of $122,600 approximately. So, but first of all, we need to reclaim on the 1-hourly chart the 50 moving average to actually signal the market that we are in the short term now leaning more to the bullish side and more upwards momentum, and also the MACD and the RSI need to keep going here to the upside. So, and then at that moment in time, we can ignore what the stochastic is doing, but only then. So if we are starting to turn around here and keep getting rejected from the 50 moving average, just what I mentioned before, we're going to revisit one more time here, approximately $110,000 before we then properly turn around and go to the upside. Or to the upside, imminent targets here on the shorter time frames would be $115,500 and then again $116,000. $115,500 is here the 200 moving average, and then 116 is here this horizontal resistance, which is also part of our overall trading range. Then on the daily chart here, nothing has really changed over the last couple hours. We're still clinging on to that upward sloping trend line here. And I just want to remind you, as long as we are holding here above that upward sloping trend line, we should be fine and get this swing back into the golden ratio here and potentially into the 0.5 level on the Fibonacci retracement levels. On this 4-hourly chart also here, we have now put in another higher low, and I actually like this one more than the previous one for the simple fact that now both higher lows are a little bit more far away from each other. Before they were a little bit too close, so it is better if they are spread out a little bit and not that close to each other, because it increases the likelihood that the latest higher low is not the proper higher low, like we just have seen here, there, and got shortly afterwards another higher low compared to this one here. So, and then of course this one is the accurate one for the time being, unless we are breaking this and move below that. On the MDX Algo Scalp gradients here, we see that the candles now are in a mint green phase. I have never seen a really extended long green, mint green phase, but this is not the point that I want to make here. The point that I want to make here is that we get a reversal indication with that plot here on the price action on the scalp gradients, and at the same time also on the reactor indicator. We have a bullish divergence right now in conjunction with two dot plots here in a green area that has printed before a buy tag. So, and this is a really, really healthy sign that this bullish divergence down here that I also have just shown you here in the beginning of the video might be now the sign that we have potentially bottomed out here and are ready to turn around. So, and the final confirmation will come in once we are breaking here the 0.5 level on the 4-hourly chart at $113,620 and can stay above that. So at that moment in time, we know we are now finally on the safe side and will push here into higher prices, while I also see Bitcoin now here on this screen over there breaking into higher levels again, trying to reclaim $112,000. So just that on the side. So, and of course, if we are moving here one more time closer to the $110,000, $109,000 level, don't forget this overall trading setup here. 16% from an entry of $108,750. So if we're not getting that, then the next level that I would be looking out for is $112,800 approximately. Stop loss here under the previous 4-hourly low, with a risk to reward of almost 1 to 6, 12% to the upside on the swing trade to $126,162. And your entry, and your stop loss would be here at $109,800. So, but you need to wait that we're actually breaking above that. But it looks like Bitcoin is trying to attempt to do this here in the next maybe 30 minutes-ish, I would say. So if you want to do this, guys, don't forget that you can join here my absolute free Telegram, where I send signals more or less every single day. I was today not able to actually send one because I was a lot outside running errands and preparing some other stuff that you're going to benefit here also in the short term from. But usually I send here signals, and you can see here this was 2 days ago where I made a trade on Link, and this was profitable for us. If you want to take part in this Telegram group, guys, really easy to do that. Sign up on Weex with the link in the description. Then when you sign up, you get immediately $100 for binding and confirming your email address. Plus, if you download the app, you get on top of that a $200 free $200 Ethereum airdrop position. So you get here free money that you can immediately use to trade in the Signal group, guys. So go and check that out in the description below. Sign up, and the exact steps to join the Telegram group are also explained in the description. So I just want to show you for full transparency that I still have a trade running here on Weex if I'm still logged in, which I don't know at this. No, I'm not logged in, so I'm gonna show you that tomorrow. But I will be honest, the trade is currently slightly underwater, so the trade is currently underwater. Don't want to sugarcoat that, but if Bitcoin moves a little bit higher, then I will be fine again. Here on the liquidation levels, we have now here, I need to expand this a little bit, just above us, some over-leveled short liquidity that will definitely be taken out here in the next coming hours. So this will not take a long time. That price will come up here to at least 100, almost $14,000. But there is also a problem. And this is now the 50 moving average crossing the 200 moving average and putting in here a death cross. So to prevent the death cross from properly unfolding, the price action needs to move up here quickly and at least retest the 50 moving average and at around $115,000 and start consolidating above $113,000. Only then you're going to see that we're going to get here follow through, and that the death cross will turn out to be a fake out with a shallow turnaround on the 50 moving average and going back to the upside, creating a golden cross, and then we are off to the races into higher prices. But if it stays like that and we're not moving higher here in the next coming hours before this current daily candle is closing, then we have a problem, because then we most likely do something like this here and come one more time a little bit lower and create potentially a deviation below current price action. On the liquidation heat map, things are looking not that bad because, as I just mentioned, the $114,000 level seems to be here now a technical target because there is the highest concentration of short liquidity sitting right now. So again, and I want to say this again, that that was yesterday. Still there, where I said it can go either way because we are trapped and sandwiched in between. It can go first down, then up, but it could go also first up and then down. Now we went first down, and now we should be on the way here into higher levels to take this level out with a short squeeze from around $112,500. And I have actually already topped up my personal Bitcoin longs. I just want to show that to you, but I don't want to spend too much time on that because we are running already here time up that I did not want to be on here. I want to keep this a little bit shorter today. So here I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm still slightly in a loss, but just here, almost nothing. So I just want to show that to you guys really, really quickly, and then we move on. So there. Well. So 1.85% in a loss right now on that position. But you see this like $150, $150 below my entry right now, which is not crazy, so absolutely not crazy. This will turn into a profit. I don't think that I'm going to lose at any point this position here in the imminent short term. So then we did not talk about the DXY. The DXY is moving to the downside as expected. I have mentioned that yesterday, that I don't believe that we are going to stay here above the 99 point level. That would have been really, really bad for traditional markets and for crypto. And we see here now a downturn, and I expect this to continue here over the next coming days, especially while we are going into an FOMC meeting next Friday. So in a little bit over a week, in 8 days, we have an FOMC meeting with a rate cut coming. So, and if nothing happens until then, and we just push sideways in the market, then this will be a catalyst where we finally go back to the upside. So now the Bitcoin dominance chart is also putting here back to the downside slightly, and in direction of 59%. Once we're breaking that, we're going to accelerate. You see that here also in altcoins. Look here, everything is green today, insanely green. I saw here hype earlier today at $37. I wish I would have there opened a position, but I was outside. I was not able to take advantage of that. Then here, total free market cap also trying to push back here into that support for prior support level of $1.04 trillion. If we close within that level, then this current green candle will be a bottoming indication with a reversal candle tomorrow here breaking out of that support level into $1.1 trillion. If you want to trade altcoins, guys, trade altcoins on Bybit. That's the platform where I trade most of my altcoins. I have also major spot positions right now there, and I'm going to open way more this coming weekend. And also on Weex, you're going to see way more bigger positions here. And don't forget, on Bybit, you get here this fancy Bybit card, guys. You know, fancy Bybit card, 10% cash back on that Bybit card for everything that you spend. Take advantage of that. And $30,000 in sign-up bonuses with the link in the description below. So go and make use of that. So now the RSI heat map, I will need to refresh that. So also here, overall, a lot of altcoins still massively oversold here or in a weak position on the RSI, which gives us, again, opportunity to scoop them up cheap before prices will go back to the upside. So one of them here is right now still Ethereum on spot. You can buy this right now. You don't need to wait. For a leverage trade, $4,090 is the horizontal level to watch here. Also for this trade setup that I have here to $5,000, 22% to the upside, stop loss at $3,900 approximately, break $4,090, $4,100, and we are off to the races into way higher levels, especially once we reclaim $4,300 here on the VPVR. Oh, where's this coming from? This is not where I wanted. So here on the VPVR, that bar, and here above that at 4,450, the same thing. These are the most concentrated historical price action volume areas right now that could act as resistance on the way up. But once we're above them and have at least a 4-hourly close here above that level, you will get follow through past $4,600. And the indicators are also telling you that momentum is shifting back to the upside. MACD about to print a buy signal, RSI going to the upside. Stochastic RSI will most likely put in tomorrow or after tomorrow another buy signal, and that should lead to a breakout from this downward sloping trend line above $4,100. Then also here, the Ethereum Wyckoff accumulation pattern is in the final stage. We are here in the SOS stage where we consolidate sideways here in that spring that you, oh wait, let me go over here, that you see over here. And once this is completed, that spring section, we're going to get a breakout, and that breakout target is past $6,000. So just something that you should keep in mind here. Then Solana, your next entry is basically right now, based on the 4-hourly chart. Just your take profit will be a little bit more shallow. So this is my trade setup, just that you know. I entered all the way down there. I've shown it to you guys just yesterday. So if you want to trade this here to like $217, $18, then this is your trade setup, 11.5%. with a 2.7.5% stop loss. Risk to reward absolutely fine, 1 to 4 roughly. Your entry is basically right now, and your take profit is here at $218. So that is where you have to take profit. The indicators clearly showing us that Solana is ready to pump you back to the upside. See a stochastic printing a buy signal, MACD printing a buy signal, RSI tries to point you more to the upside, but because we're currently around resistance, we are struggling a little bit with that. But yeah, we have over 3 hours to turn us around. And once that is turning around and goes past $200, we will be really quickly here at $205, yeah, most likely the same hour. Then Zcash was breaking out today. But also look at the indicators. Everything is pointing to a massive breakout here in many altcoins over the next coming hours. So the only thing on Zcash that you need to watch is this downward sloping trend line. Once we are breaking that, we're off to the races. Would I wait that we are breaking that? No, because it can break really violently straight above the golden ratio and you miss out on like 5-6% already. So if you want to enter this right now. And the only thing that you do is you set your stop loss slightly below the golden, lower end of the golden ratio here, and trade this into $361, 52% roughly to the upside here, but take some profits along the way. You know, so I would set here some levels here. There is some resistance, then also there above that some resistance here, and then here like 314. So here at these levels I would take some profit off the table and then ride the rest to the upside. Guys, I have to run. I really try to keep these streams shorter again, so I want to leave here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you again tomorrow.